Hi dear students, we will continue the fourth modulo aerial photogrammetry. In this case, in these sessions we have to start from the point of the ground control in photogrammetry. Okay, what is photogrammetry and what it will helps to in surveying already you people learnt in previous session. Okay, next we have to study in further ground control in photogrammetry. What is ground control in photogrammetry? See here, the ground control survey consists of locating of the ground positions of the points which can be identified on the aerial photograph. The ground control is required for establishing the position and orientation of each photograph in space relative to the ground. The ground in this case is ground survey for establishing some control parts. First part is this ground control divided in two parts, okay, or else it is categorized in two parts. What is those or categorized? First one is basic control and also photo control. See, we will see basic control. Basic control, it is nothing but it is consist of establishing the benchmark azimuth marks. So azimuth marks is nothing but the horizontal marks. Next one is photo control. Photo control, it consists of establishing the horizontal position or elevation of the points on the photographs with respect to the basic control point. See here, with respect to basic control points, photo control, what will happens? It consists of establishing the horizontal position or elevations of the points on the photographs with respect to the basic control. Okay. Photo control further established for photo control can be established or determined by two methods. Okay, first method is in this in photo control by using of post marking method and pre marking method. We will establish the photo control method. Okay, what is post marking? Post marking method, it is the photo control points are selected after the aerial photography. The advantage of this method is it is in positive identification and favorable location of the point. Next is pre-marking method. In pre-marking method, photo control points are selected on the ground first and then include in the photograph. These marked points on the ground can be identified on the subsequent photograph. The control station that are to be incorporated in the photo control network are marked with some paint or else flags in such way that identification on the photograph becomes easier. Okay. Next concept is procedure of aerial survey. So in these cases, what is the procedure? What stage will take in the procedure of the aerial survey? First procedure is, in these cases we have to get to mapping units, or else we have to get mapping units, and also we have to first select the scale and plan the flights and ground control. And next point is place and survey pre-marks and aerial photography and check aerial photos. After that, aerial triangulation, and also last step is mapping. Only this much only in exam you people have to mention these all 8 points. It's sufficient. Okay. Next concept is overlaps. See here, from here to here it is photos. So in this cases, this is camera. So this camera capture photos from this to this area and this to this area, this to this area. These every photos overlapping with each other. Okay. So by using of this figure, we will see what is the meaning of the overlap and also how it will work. When the vertical photographs are to be used for the preparation of maps, photographs are taken at the proper interval along each strip is spaced at a predetermined distance to ensure desired side lap between adjacent strips. The overlap of photographs in the direction of flight line is called longitudinal overlap, and it should be 35 to 60 degree. Okay, this overlapping, see here, this overlapping is between 35 to 65 degree having overlaps is there. So, and also overlaps photographs between adjacent side it is having about 15 to 35%. What is the reason for overlap? See here, reason for overlap: to tie the different prints accurately in order to view the pairs of photograph stereoscopically. If the flight lines are not maintained straight and parallel, the gap between adjacent strips will be left. These gaps can be avoided by having a side lapse. So these are reason for overlapping. Okay, next concept is mosaics. Mosaics is nothing but it is an assemblage of series of overlapping photographs is nothing but the mosaics. So mosaics are types. First one is control mosaics, uncontrolled mosaics, index mosaics, and strip mosaics. Okay, what is control mosaics? So control mosaics is a mosaic which is assembled with the regarded to any plotted control points. Okay, what is control mosaic? It is assembled with the regarded to any plotted control points. Next one is uncontrolled mosaic. A mosaic which is assembled without regarded to any plotted control points. Okay, controlled mosaic is opposite of uncontrolled mosaic. Next one is index mosaics. What is index mosaics? Index mosaics. The photographs are led in a sequences to allow a photo numbers and flight numbers of each photograph. This assembly is called index mosaic. Okay. Next definition is strip mosaic. Strip mosaic is nothing but which is assembled from a single strip of photograph. Okay, mosaics in different. See, mosaics different from a map in the following aspects. So what those are aspects? We will discuss. A mosaic is a perspective projection, whereas a map is a orthographic projections. Mosaic contains second one is mosaic contains a relief, displacement, tilt, distortion, while a map shows the correct horizontal positions at a uniform scale. Next one is realistic photographic images on a mosaics, where maps are portrayed by the standard symbols. These all are the aspects of the mosaics. And next one is stereoscopic. Okay, stereoscopic is nothing but it is an optical instrument with two eyepieces used to impart a three-dimensional effect to photographs of the same scene taken at a slightly different angles. This is nothing but the stereoscope. Okay, then stereoscopic parallax. So stereoscopic parallax is nothing but the displacement of the image of the point on two successive exposures. It is stereoscopic parallax is caused by the taking photograph of the same object but from different point of observations. Okay, two important aspects of the stereoscopes. What those are aspects? First one is parallel axis of any point is directly related to the elevation of the point. Next one is parallel axis is a greater for a high points than a for low points. These are aspects of the important aspects of the stereoscopic parallaxes. Okay. Next concept is crab. I will explain. Next concept is crab. So crab. See here. This is crab. Okay. See here. Crab. Crab is nothing but the. So this is crab. Okay, it is the term used to designate the angle formed between the flight line and the edge of the photograph in the direction of the flight. Okay, figure showing in that it is crab of photographs and having a one flight line. It should be eliminated. It reduces effective coverage of the photograph. Okay, so next is drift. In these cases, drift is caused by the failure of the photograph to stay on the predetermined flight line. It is called drift. Okay. So, next concept is number of photographs necessary to cover a given area. First case is we have to find out the cover area by using of cases. So first cases is using of this formula we have to find out the cover area. Okay, first case what consists A is the total area to be photographed. L is the length of the photograph in the direction of flight. W is the width of the photograph normal to the direction of flight. S is the scale of photograph. H divided by F, where H in meter, F is centimeter. H is the height, already derived, you people derived the derivation, and F is the focal length. Focal length always it is in centimeter. Okay, next one is L. L is the net ground distance corresponding to L. W is the net ground distance to corresponding to W. A is the net ground area covered by each photograph. Okay, A is nothing but the length into width. Okay, so PT is what is PT is percentage overlap between the successive photographs in the direction of flight. PW is the side lap. Each photograph has, see here, each photograph has a longitudinal lap to PL. Okay, the actual ground length L is covered by each photograph. So this definition is given by one equation, that is nothing but the L equal to 1 minus of PL into SL. Okay, there is no picture, only formula is having. Similarly L length of the covered area we got. Next we have to find W. W is the width covered by each photograph. Okay, W is nothing but the 1 minus of PW into SW. Okay, what is area covered? Area covered is length into width. Already we found out L and W. So A equal to L into W. And next one is number of photographs N. So it is nothing but the number of photograph N equal to capital A divided by small a. Already mentioned all datas previous only. A is the total area to be photographed and small a is L into W. Okay, next second case. In this second case, formula is like this. Okay, see here, formula is like this. So I will explain it each by each one. Okay, see here, instead of total area A, the rectangular dimension, length and width of the ground are given. So L1 equal to, let L1 equal to dimensions of the area parallel to direction of flight. L2 is dimension of the area normal to the direction of flight. Next, N1 is number of photographs in each strip. N2 is number of strips required. So capital N is total number of photographs to cover whole area. Net length is covered by the each is L equal to 1 minus PL into SL. So number of photograph in each strips is N1 is given by N1 equal to L1 by L plus 1 equal to L1. So what is L formula? L formula is like this. We have to put this L1 in this case. So we got this equation. Okay. So N1, capital N1 becomes L1 divided by 1 minus PL SL whole plus 1. Okay. Similarly W equal to 1 minus PW into SW. So N2 equal to L2 by W plus 1. So we have to fill the value. We have to fill W value in N2. So after that substitution, we will get the value N2, that is nothing but the L2 divided by 1 minus PW into SW plus 1. So thus number of photographs required N equal to N1 into N2. Interval between exposures is T equal to 3600 L divided by V, where T is time interval between the exposures. L is the ground distance, that is nothing but the 1 minus PL into SL. It is in kilometer. L is see here, L is in kilometer and it is in time, and V is the ground speed of the airplane. V is the ground speed. Okay, we will start problems. See here, the scale of by using of above derivations, above formula, we will solve the problems. So I will read it one time. The scale of an aerial photograph is 1 centimeter equal to 100 meter. The photograph size is 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter. Determine the number of photographs required to cover an area of 100 square kilometer if a longitudinal lap is 60% and the side lap is 30%. Okay. See here, I will explain it what that is. So L equal to 20 centimeter, length equal to 20 centimeter, width equal to 20 centimeter, PL equal to 60% and PW equal to 30%. Okay. Next. So formula S equal to H by F. So already I explained H in meter, F by centimeter. After that, see here, after conversion, so we will get the 100. So 1 centimeter equal to 100 meter. Next, L formula is like this. So by using of L formula, we will apply these values. Okay. So already we know SL. So 1 minus PL 20 centimeter, where it is in 100 meters, so like this. Okay, so we will get the yes. What is SL formula? SL is C. SL or S is 100. See here 100 and also 20. It is by conversion of this we will get this one. 1 minus of this one, and by solving we will get the L value, and same also we will get the W value, and by using of L and W we will get the area covered, that is 1.12 kilometer square. See here in L it is in meter, we have to convert it in kilometer. Okay, 800 meter divided by 1000, it is in kilometer. So if you convert in kilometer we will get these answers. Okay, next afterwards we have to calculate it number of photographs. So that is nothing but the n equal to capital A divided by small a. Okay, so already he mentioned cover an area, it is 100 square kilometers. So see here 100 divided by that small a, that is nothing but the 90 numbers. N is in numbers, no, so we have to mention in units is numbers. Next problem is the scale of an aerial photograph is a 1 centimeter equal to 100 meter. The photograph size is 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter. The number of photographs required to cover an area 10 kilometer by 10 kilometer if the longitudinal lap is 60% and the side lap is 30%. Okay, so I will explain it each by one. Okay, see here S equal to H by F. Already we know H by F is H in meter, F in centimeter. So by solving it is 100. So L equal to 20 centimeter, W equal to 20 centimeter, P and PL and PW is mentioned, and L1 and L2 is mentioned, that is 10 kilometer. By using of N1 formula and N1 formula we will get the answer. See here. So number of lines is required 14, and by solving of these all we will get the N2. By using of some corresponding data we will get the N2. So after that by using of N1 and N2, so number of photographs required is 126. Next, third problem. I will read it once again. The scale of an aerial photograph is a 1 centimeter equal to 100 meter. The photograph size is 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter. Determine the number of photographs required to cover an area of 8 kilometers by 12.5 kilometers if the longitudinal lap is 60% and the side lap is 30%. Okay, so first he given L equal to 20 centimeter, W equal to L equal to 20 centimeter and W equal to 20 centimeter, and he mentioned covered an area by using of 8 kilometer by 12.5 kilometer. So L1 and L2 is given, and by using of area, what is area? So L1 into L2 is nothing but the area, capital A, total area covered. So PL is 60%, PW is 30%. What he asked, determine the number of photographs required to cover an area. Okay, so by using of N1 we will solve the N1 formula, and by using of N2 we will solve the N2 formula. So N1 and N2 we have to find it. So we got the so what he asked in question, determine the number of photographs each. Okay, so N1 and N2 we have to find it. So by using of N1 and N2 formula we will solve the N1 and N2. N1 is 11 numbers, N2 is 10 numbers. So this session is completed.